4.3.2 says calculate the midpoint of f, or the midpoint of AF. Now AF is this line that starts from that point to that point. I've marked the approximate midpoint with the green cross over here, and it is our job now to find the coordinates of that point. Now there are a couple of ways that you could go about the answer. The one that I'll discuss first uses the knowledge of the coordinates of f. Now you may think we don't know the coordinates of f, but these are values that we can directly see from our diagram, or the diagram that I drew. But these are also points that you would have to intuitively know and make out from the graph itself. So if our point A is at -1 and -1, and above it is -1 and 3, then the coordinates for f would be 3 as to 3. As you can see here, f is directly above m, and f is also linear to n, and it's on a line that is exactly parallel to the x-axis. So we know the coordinates of f, and we can simply use the midpoint formula. So the midpoint in this case would be 3 minus 1 over 2 and 3 minus 1 over 2. I'm saying 3 minus 1 because 3 plus -1 just gives us 3 minus 1. This will be 2 over 2, 2 over 2, and then the coordinates for m are 1 and 1. This is one method that you can use. The other method that I'll talk about is a bit of a lengthy one, because we first need to find the equation of the line that goes through m and n. Getting the equation of this line will help us to equate now the equation of that line and the equation of this blue line, y is equals to x. And that will tell us the point where they intersect, and this will happen at the middle. This is due to the way this graph is reflected. The property is that if we were to draw a line from n to m, it would be the shortest distance from n to m, which will go through the midpoint of A and F. So getting the equation of the line NM is not that much of an issue, since we know two coordinates that are on that line. So firstly, we'll need to get the gradient, which would be 3 minus -1 all over -1 minus 3. 3 minus -1 is 4, minus 1 minus 3, that's -4, so our gradient will be -1. Then we can find the equation of that line using the formula y is equals to mx plus c, where we substitute the values of y and x. In this case, I'll just randomly choose 3 and 1. So if we substitute 3 for the x-axis and -1 for the y, that would look something like this. Then we can find the value of c. In this case, taking -4 to the other side becomes +4, and the value of c that we get from that would be x. So we say the gradient is -1, and substituting the point, we substituted m. M has the x value of 3 and the y value of -1, and this will be -4, taking to the other side is +4 minus 1, and that c gives us 3. This will be the same value if you use -1 and 3. So for my x, if I use -1 and use 3 for my y value, this is what I'll get: -1 and 3 for my x, -1 plus c. This will be +1 and 3, and c will be positive. Take 1 to the other side, we get a c of 2. Now this is happening because there's a mistake somewhere here in my substitution. My gradient is -1, my value of x is 3. -1 times 3 gives us -3. 3. Take it to the other side, it becomes positive 3. 3 minus 1, that gives us 2. So sometimes these issues can arise, and it's just up to you to kind of, you probably picked it up as I was saying it. But this just goes to show that when you do these problems, it's best to be 100% aware and to go over your answers to see that things are making sense. Now, if I had not checked, then I would not have realized that there was a mistake there. But now we know that our value of c is 2, so we can substitute that as minus x and plus 2. Now we know the equation of this line that goes through our line y is equals to x. And we can equate these two lines together. So x is equals to minus x plus 2. Take minus x to the other side, becomes 2x is equals to 2. Divide both sides by 2. X will be equal to 1. And in this case, since this is on the line y is equals to x, if x is equals to 1, then we can just substitute this back into any one of these formulas, into this one or into that one, and we'll get y is equals to 1 as well, which makes sense because that's what we have already gotten. So therefore here the coordinates for the midpoint will be 1 as to 1 as well.